Greetings, Nimrods. So I thought we would revisit the Lee 7/8 ounce drive key slugs since Elvis Animal seems to be doing some interesting stuff on his channel. Kind of motivated me to revisit and try one more thing to try to get a little more accuracy out of these. They work okay at 50 yards, and at 100 yards they work terrible. So in a couple of previous videos we'd tried to make them release from the wad easier, because I thought that the wad releasing at different times was having a negative effect in accounting for some of the inaccuracy. So looking at these AQ slugs here that I've had for years and never loaded because I can't really find data that's quite appropriate for them. And then these dangerous game slugs here, just haven't loaded those because I really don't have a 20 gauge that I would care to shoot slugs out of. At any rate, both of these slugs have the wads permanently attached. So I thought, well, if we can't beat them, join them. Let's permanently attach the wad to the slug and see if that makes a difference. So first thing I did was powder coat these slugs. I've got this burnt orange from the powder coat store online, very reasonably priced, and pretty happy with that. It's my first attempt at powder coating. I powder coated these and some other cast bullets, and it works pretty well. So I'm happy with it. I'm not crazy about the color. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a little brighter orange, but it is what it is. You can see these are the 7/8 ounce slugs because they want to roll on their nose. We have a lot of other videos on this, so on the slugs. So definitely check in on the channel page and look at the playlist, and there's one specifically for the 7/8 ounce Lee drive key slug. There's quite a few videos on it you should check out. So anyway, key to this is to shaking it really fast. And it coats pretty well. And my thought was to take the powder coated bullet and put it on a 20 gauge overshot card. And then when it cures in the oven, on my handy tray there you can see, it'll stick to the card and be permanently bonded to the card. That was my thought. So first we'll try to get these things centered on the card, which was a little more difficult than it could be. So I'll speed up the film here so it isn't so agonizing. But you can see it gets a little faster, and then we'll cut. And we'll go back to the final couple here where I end up using 2 sets of tweezers to flip the guy over because they're all nose down in there. A little hard to get them going the right direction. So at any rate, so we got this handy tray of powder coated bullets ready for the oven, and we gotta work our way through the shop here. So gonna have to excuse the mess. It's pretty bad, pretty cluttered. I think we need a rainy day and a whole lot of cleaning. And this is the oven I'm preheating. I got this thing at Savers for $4.99, so pretty happy with that. And it works really well for this. So I just got to get from here to there with that tray of bullets. Nuts. Well, and here we are putting them in the preheated oven. Hot? Yep. Okay. Set it for 15 minutes, and the magic of YouTube 15 minutes goes by pretty quick. And here we are. Let's take a look at these things. Nice and warm. This tray is actually the first time I've used a saw blade as a tray, and it worked really well. So I was happy with that. Let those cool off and took them out of the oven. So what we found was that on some of them it definitely stuck to the overshot card the overshot card really well. You really had to tear it apart to do it. And then on others, it just popped right off. So my original thought was to glue the paper wad to the plastic wad with some super glue, and we did do that, but we also kind of went around the perimeter of the paper wad with the super glue and let it soak in and hopefully stick the overshot card to the slug a little better, and then stick it to the wad. So we did this to a bunch of these slugs. Some of these slugs are all of the same weight and diameter in lots. I separated them, and some of them are seconds, and I marked the ones that were seconds. So here we go. They popped right out. They did not stick. You can see they just, they're clearly not going to stay together. So step 2, take some silicone and put the silicone on the paper. Now the paper stuck. Once the glue was saturated around the edges, it seemed to be stuck pretty well. So I'm going to put a little dab of silicone on them, and we're going to try that. And if that doesn't make them stick to the wad, well, we'll go back to the drawing board. But we're going to stick these together and load them up. And we'll have to come back to this. Don't have enough time this week to shoot these, but real soon we'll shoot these and report back to you on how they work. So remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe, because Nimrod wants you to subscribe. And check out those other Lee drive key slug videos on the playlist. Happy hunting, Nimrods.